and spending a lot of time actually watching ads on YouTube. Or at least the first 5 seconds of the ads on YouTube, right? Like, I don't know who's not skipping over these things given the choice, right? Like, I don't know who's sitting there being like, no, I have the time. Win me over, Dollar Shave Club, win me over. No, but I've seen enough ads now on YouTube that I actually have a favorite style. I have a favorite genre of ads. And these are all ads that you've seen before. They're the ads where they ask questions that don't have any answers. You know what I mean? They go all pseudo-philosophical, right? They even have a special voice for it. They'll say something like, "Can luxury be intelligent?" Or, "How do you quantify passion?" "In the game of life, how do you keep score when the pursuit is excellence?" And you hear those and you go, yep, those are words you put into a sentence. Good for you. But here's the thing, not all products use those types of ads though. Like, it's only the luxury stuff, right? The really expensive stuff, the stuff that you don't need. Stuff that you need will just come out and say what it does. The stuff that you need will just be like, hey, we're diapers. We hold the piss and most of the shit. And you think to yourself, that actually checks a lot of boxes. I'm gonna buy those diapers. But it's the fancy stuff, the stuff where you look at it and you go like, oh my God, I would love to own that, that's so nice, but how could I possibly justify such an extravagant expense? And that's where the ads pop in with a voice and say something like, I don't know, what's the shape of a dream? And it tricks you, right? It tricks you because you go, yeah, you're right. Some questions don't have answers. Like, how am I going to afford this? I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy the BMW convertible because that way everyone will know that I'm important and that I also make terrible decisions. And by the way, if you're wondering, a BMW is not the answer to what is the shape of a dream. A BMW is the answer to what does an asshole drive. Yeah, absolutely. And if you're upset by that, by all means, come and find me after the show. I'll be right next to your turn signal. But here's the thing. I did realize that those ads only work when the questions don't have answers. Okay? And I realized this, once again, about midway through the pandemic, so admittedly, not everyone was doing their best. I don't blame them for this. But this ad came on, right? And once again, ad you've seen 1,000 times. It's this car. It's weaving its way down this coastal road, right? And then all of a sudden, the voice kicks in. And I go, okay, here we go. Here comes the questions without any answers. And all it says is, how do you measure the power of an engine? It's horsepower. It's horsepower. Yeah, I think that's a thing you should know if you're trying to sell me a car, that you measure out power in horsepower, right? Like, you don't even need to know a lot about cars to know that it's horsepower, because all the other car companies tell you it's horsepower, right? It seems like something you should, it does not instill confidence in your product, right? It feels like something you should know if you're selling me a car. It's kind of like seeing an ad for laser eye surgery and them asking, is this thing on? Like, you should know that. Part of your pitch. But here's the thing, I skipped the rest of that ad. But I imagine it just carried on in the same way with them asking questions about cars they don't know the answer to, right? Sitting there being like, how do you know how fast the car is moving? The speedometer. The one in the middle. Oh, okay. What does the pedal on the left do? The left, that's the brake. That's the first thing you should learn about a car. Oh my God. Okay, but how do you change the clock on the dashboard? Well, that one's actually a little more complicated than it needs to be. Probably just do what the rest of us do. Remember that it's off by an hour. Wait till daylight savings time.